As we get closer and closer to the end of 2023, Seiko are still releasing fantastic watches. And you know what? I think this could be the best one. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Now in 1968, the Navigator Timer was born, and it was the first watch from Seiko to have a watch with a GMT function that had a twisty bezel. And to mark the 55th anniversary of that watch, Seiko have only gone and reissued it, and that, in a nutshell, is why I absolutely love Seiko, and they are my favourite brand, really. They've been around since the 1800s, first watch came out in the 1920s, and they keep reissuing watches that us Seiko enthusiasts want to see. The only annoying thing about Seiko,
they love a limited edition, don't they?
Today's reissue of this absolutely stunning reference is only limited to 4,000 pieces. Now to me, 4,000 isn't really a limited number, which is good in a sense, because it means if you want this watch, you are going to be able to buy it, hopefully. I've got a feeling this is not only going to be an absolute surefire win, it could take over the Seiko 5 Sports 55th anniversary watch as the best Seiko release of the year. They've kept to the old dimensions, and I'm telling you, I am ready to go. I've got to say a huge thank you to Francis & Gay Jewelers. They are an authorized dealer of not only Seiko, but many amazing brands you and I love. Always doing deals, always doing steals. Get on that website. Right, I think it's time we saw the watch. Oh, don't forget at the end, my wife's first impressions of the watch. Are you Seiko ready? Let's go! So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the SPB 411J1. And without sounding too much like a fanboy,
I want this one.
We've got that tonneau cushion style case that is synonymous with Seiko's, especially in the late 60s. What I cannot get over is how relevant this watch looks now, and it's basically a recreation of a watch 55 years ago. From that amazing flat link bracelet that is already catching the light, to the dial that just has the perfect amount of colour on it. Even though this is on the Prospex range, there is no Prospex logo to be seen. Great touch, Seiko. Anyway, first impressions.
Gimme.
Quick spec check. These dimensions are truly music to my ears. The case is 38.5mm in diameter, 12.6 thick, and a lug to lug of just 45.2. The measurement of that thickness is fantastic, seeing as though we've got a boxed sapphire crystal. Now, the only dimension that isn't fantastic for people that love swapping out straps is the lug width, and it's 19mm. Yeah, I know. But from the first impressions of this bracelet, I might not want to change the strap out. This watch does not have a screw down crown, but with a screw down case back, this SPB 411 is 100 meters water resistant. And I know what a lot of you Seiko nerds are waiting for. Yeah, the Japan seal of approval. This watch has been made in the country of its origin.
Little bit more cachet.
Let's talk about the bezel. So this is a GMT watch. It's stainless steel and bi-directional. It is only friction based, but oh golly, that is smooth. It's like, you know, those old 90s big stereos with the huge volume dials. The bracelet is an absolute thing of beauty. Flat links, almost like flattened beads of rice. The articulation is phenomenal. Look how the light catches each surface. Solid end links, solid links. It is push pins, but for most of us, it's not a bad thing. And as the links are so tiny, I think you're gonna get a great fit. It is a very small clasp, still has 2 micro adjusts. It's milled, so with a very well-made case to a very well-made bracelet, you know that doesn't come cheap for Seiko. More on the price later. But so far, aces.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Okay, let's look at the face. Dial time. And this is just almost perfect for me. The only thing I wish it didn't have was a date window. But listen, the original had it, so it's fine by me. But the actual dial colour really does remind me of the 62 Mass, Seiko's first ever dive watch. Apparently, the applied Seiko logo is the old one and slightly more squished than the contemporary one. But the dial is so simple and beautiful. Just water resist, $10. bar below the hand stack. The applied hour markers are absolutely exquisite, as well as that sloped rehold with loom pips on the hours. It's a classic hour and minute hand, like the 62 mass. And look at that little GMT hand, non-offensive, but it's definitely there. It's a very subtle GMT, isn't it? But there honestly isn't anything I'd really try to improve. It's a thing of beauty. So we've got loom on the hands, loom on the hour markers, and we've got loom on the bezel pip. Yeah, GMT. Out of 10, let's see how this puppy glows. So, Seiko's Luma Bright in all its glory. Remember, it's not a dive watch. It doesn't need to be in your face, but it's there, strong, does a great job. Okay, powering this reissue is an in-house 6R54. It is obviously a movement that caters for a GMT function, and it is the same movement that is inside the brand new Alpinist GMT I reviewed only a couple of weeks ago. So 21,600 beats per hour, and it also has 72 hours of power reserve, plus 25 to minus 15 seconds a day. That's tolerances, mind you. So far, this puppy has been running plus 4 seconds, which is pretty good. Now, operating the crown is a little bit fiddly, and it's one of the issues I have in my Seiko 5 Sports. Anyway, other than winding, it's quite a nice watch to operate. So pull out to the first position, and turning it away from you, you can independently move that GMT hand, turn the crown towards you, and you can change the date. Pull the crown out to the last position, and the watch completely stops, which means we have hacking. All in all, a lovely experience, but if you do have big sausage fingers, just expect to get a little frustrated.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and it's a watch I need. I would even go as far as to say it looks better than this Seiko 5 Sports anniversary. It feels like it hugs the wrist better. And check out that bracelet.
Facet fantastico.
I honestly think this is a fantastic watch, and the one thing that's going to stop me from buying it is pretty much the price. Apart from that, I flipping want this watch. So there you go, the SPB 411J1. Another dead cert winner from Seiko, in my opinion. Positives, right, well, the look. It reminds me of the 60s. The dimensions are phenomenal. That dial is incredible. It reminds me of everything good about Seiko. The smooth friction bezel, that's nice. The proper upmarket bracelet. The crown. If you've got big fingers, the crown is going to be annoying to you. For the price I'm going to tell you in a minute, you might be thinking, why haven't we got a smoother sweep? It is a 3 hertz movement, but I'm thinking 72 hours of power reserve, and it's a GMT complication. I'll let them off. Okay, the price. I've been waiting till the end. This watch is, or will be, on the 1st of November, £1,500. That is a lot of cheddar. This is not like the Seiko 5 Sports that was only around £350 when it came out. This is a Prospects limited edition, and they do come at a premium. For me, all Seikos like this, if we're being totally honest, are about £400 to £500 overpriced to start with. As I said, limited to 4,000 pieces. If you want this watch, I don't think you're going to have a problem getting it, but if we do wait 6 to 12 months, will they still be available? To choose between the Seiko Alpinist I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, or this Navigator timer, I'm obviously and honestly going to choose the Navigator timer, because I absolutely love reissues tastefully done to commemorate old references from a brand steeped with history. £1,500 though, it's a bit steep. Best get on the blower to Ryan at Francis and Gay, see if I can get some money off. Hello Ryan. What do you mean, oh, not you again? Here it is, my wife's first thoughts on the SPB 411, the Stunner. I actually don't mind this. It reminds me of a money vault. Yeah, you know when you open the door and there's the money vault door? I like it. Well, I'm not sure what she was going on about, but it's another watch she loves. I translate that into, you have my permission to buy it. Yeah. What do you think of this watch? There's going to be a ton of you that love it that just don't love the price. I think Seiko are getting better and better and better at these reissues and really dumbing down on making watches really attractive to proper Seiko nerds. I'm all for that. Thanks for watching till the end. Click here if you want a little bit more of the Man Watch Collector channel. Scoot on down here for merch. Everyone loves a mug. But more importantly, if I've got you for a few more minutes, click this one. This is absolutely sensational. Go on, click it, it's great. Click it.